Hey, what's up, guys? I am still in Dallas, still at this soccer tournament. I saw something that I don't post on everything. Obviously, I just don't. There's certain things that catch my eyes. There's a ton of stuff that does nothing for me. I see it and I kind of already, there's so much. There's so much to some of these things. I'm just like, that's whatever. I don't really, nothing really like grabs a hold of me where I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about this. One thing did. Now, I don't follow very many fishermen on social media. Not because for any real reason. It's just, I looked up the other day and Kyle Patrick was like, have you seen my post? And I'm like, I went and looked. I'm like, dude, I don't even follow you. Right? I just don't. Like, I set up my Instagram and Facebook a long time ago, and I probably haven't. Kyle was probably the only person I added last year. I just don't. Um, I I don't know if I even follow this guy. He made a post. I just, something about it hit me with this guy that made the post. I was checking out NPFL. Okay. I knew Hackney was up there. I knew it was a sight fishing event. I did watch some of it. And I saw that they were sight fishing. So, my buddy Andrew's in there. I know some people in the event. Hackney ended up winning it. I saw that, right? So I'm like, awesome, man. And I sent Hackney a text today, whatever. I'll talk to him whenever, like when we find time, right? I'm sure he's practicing for his next elite event, so like I don't even worry about it. So anyways, next thing I know, I'm just like, I looked at the results. If this isn't a negative, I was just, it's a positive and a negative at the same time, okay? For the first time ever, I did kind of look at like, is NPFL going to be something that I like take into consideration in the next year or two? Like, is it? I don't know. You know me. None of it matters except one thing for me: money. I know that sounds weird for some people, but I'm like, man, I don't have the money to just go travel around the country and just spend money and not make money. Like, I make money right now fishing. So in tournaments, like some people are like, oh, it's just if you can break even. No, I don't believe that. I've never been like that. So I look at it as a way to make money. Is this something I'm looking at? Could it be? I did look, I saw the results. I didn't see the payouts. I even like Googled and I was like, hey, like, where are the payouts? And it told me the payout in a whole, like, we're going to pay 100,000 for first. We're going to pay this many checks. I want to see the payout of who got what. And then you don't have to give me the angle of the year stats, any of that. I can go through there and like match up people and see how much money they made and how much money they spent to fish the events. You know, maybe you should put that in there, guys. Make it easier for me. I don't know. Not being negative, being positive. Like, it was a positive because I'm not interested in the other two at all. So right now, the one I'm interested in is this one. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So what caught my eye? This guy who came in 24th place. 24th. He didn't come in first. He didn't come in second. He didn't come in third. Came in 24th. I'm pretty sure he got a check. Don't know if it was a big one. That's not the point. It's what he said. Now, this guy is John Cox. I know John Cox like a tiny bit. I talked to him a little bit when I fished the tour. We didn't fish a lot against each other. We never ran into each other a lot on the water, surprisingly. Even on some of those sight fishing events, we didn't really run into each other, although I kind of, I'll put it to you this way. I'm real critical of people who sight fish in the sense of, I've talked to enough people that like not many people, like in my opinion, like they like get it on a whole nother level. I've talked with Ish enough. I saw John and I've seen his results and I see how he fished it and fishes it in the way, like I respect John sight fishing, which I'm telling you that's like the biggest compliment ever. I less than five people do I think of this about. He's one of them. Some of them I don't know, but I've seen John enough. So what I'll say about this, John's super happy, always smiling, seems like when you put him on TV, he's probably one of the best to have on TV just because of his positive attitude. And I don't know, something about him, he seems like a good dude that does it the right way and fishes his own style, doesn't care. His Instagram post, if you saw his Instagram post, it was, you thought he won the event. He's like fishing his back. Jason Christie won the first event. Greg Hackney won the second event. Now, I know a lot of people are going to, whatever. I don't really care what people think. I'm with John on this. There was something about that it was what it was. And he goes on to say he's thinking about what he's going to do over the next 10 years. And he basically said, man, this is, read between the lines on what he said. He just, I feel that he, and maybe he's going to call me up and like, dude, take this video down. That's not what I meant. I don't believe he's going to say that. I think he was like, man, this is what fishing, like he was excited about fishing. You're never going to please anyone in any of this stuff. I can tell you one thing. I've talked to a lot of, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to call them older. I'm going to call them experienced fishermen that have been in the game a long time, that can see, has seen the sport evolve and has a pretty good idea of how it's evolving, what's good and bad about it. Okay? Some of the inexperienced, I'm not going to call them young, the inexperienced have never seen what fishing was like and how the possibilities of the money and everything else involved with it. Okay? And I'm sure most of these guys have seen the decline in fishing and tournaments and money and recognition and all these things. They've seen it's declining. Whatever it is, I have heard more of older, experienced fishermen kind of looking up, going like, looking at retirement, looking at like, what's the future of all this? Because they can tell that the future looks a little bleak. It's not going the right direction for whatever reason. And it was interesting, that post. I don't want to call it the post and give it more attention than it was, but like I said, I saw it and it looked like the guy won the event. But it was just, it felt like he was happy to go fishing. And I'll be honest with you, a couple of the guys I've talked to that are fishing multiple circuits have said there's one circuit that they're looking more forward to. It has nothing to do with money or any of that. They're just looking more forward to those events. Some of this might not resonate with people. Some of this might not care. Some of it, like, I get it. I'm going to have people on here like, no one cares about tournament fishing. Okay. I don't care. It matters to me. I don't care if I get 6 views on this video, whatever. I don't care if no one's like, I don't care what John Cox says and all this other stuff. Whatever. I get it. I found it interesting. I make videos on stuff I find interesting. When I do podcasts with people that I like. I don't get the winners. I don't talk to people I talk to people that I enjoy talking to. I'm trying to get Hackney on. I told him he's freaking, hey, you suck for not getting on yet. And at the time I talked to him, he was like, I don't even feel like doing any of this fishing, talking stuff. Like, it might change his mind now. I don't know. And I understand, because me and him might talk for an hour, but we just don't do podcasts. We just might talk for an hour. Just said I found this interesting. It's interesting that someone that I look at that really enjoys fishing, for him to say that, he might put on a fake face every once in a while. I'm not sure. But it seemed like he looked back at that event in 24th place, mind you. And it felt like he was like, hey, fishing is back. There was a lot to that post, I'm telling you. And that was interesting to me. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. That there's a lot of these guys are under contract and under different things, and they're not allowed to talk openly about some things. And sometimes I'm not trying to say I'm the middleman between it, but I am trying to say, hey, look, there is some things that they can't not publicly say. They can't express how they truly feel. And I just think I was glad to see John go like, hey, like excited again. Because I'm telling you, I don't think a lot of them are excited to fish. I'll be honest with you. And I am. I tell people that all the time because like that when I talk to some of these guys, they're like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I was over here and me and Russell fished this one and we had a blast. Like we caught them all sight fishing the other day and we frogged them all up the other day in a tournament and we've gotten checks and all this stuff. And then we live scoped them up here and like we had a blast over here and I was back home doing this and doing YouTube. Like I can hear it in my voice that I'm having fun and making money and doing what I love and enjoying it. And I hear them and it's not the same voice I used to hear years ago. So yeah, I could hear his voice through his post in the words he said. So I just want to share that with y'all. That's it.